Heyo everyone, this is HappyAnimaidCafeManager here with another walkthrough episode for the game Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In the last episode, Phoenix learned that Blue Corp is a company built on blackmail and discovered that the wiretapping the articles of suicide are all connected to a man named Wright of Blue Corp. So anyway, let's see the events unfold. Of course, sir. One moment, please. Yeah, that was okay, so at this point, Mr. White had called secretary to connect him to the prosecutor's office. White, that you? What are you doing calling me at a time like this? Hello, Chief Prosecutor. I've changed my mind. I want to testify tomorrow. What's this about? The Mia Fey case. I witnessed the murder, you see. And thus, as a very important witness, I would like to testify. What? Why now? I thought you said you didn't want to go to court. Quiet, tooth. I told you I changed my mind, didn't I? Oh, and one other thing. Send the police over here right away. The man is standing here right in front of me. He looks dazed, but could be violent. What? What man? Are you even listening? Are you even listening? The executioner, the hatchet man, the liquidator, the killer man. What? Mr. White, this isn't another one of those, Chief Prosecutor? I do not believe you are in position to freely offer your opinions to me, correct? I'm telling you to send the police now. Did I not tell you, Mr. Wrong? You are a mere lawyer, as was Miss Mia. How dare you? I'll point the finger at you and you will be tried as Miss Mia's killer. The case is as good as settled. No lawyer of any worth will defend you. I have friends in the local lawyers association, you see. You'll be given a lawyer so stupendously inept that they make even you look incompetent. I feel faint. Detective Gumshoe reporting, sir. Ah, Butch, Harry Butch. Right. Actually, Phoenix Wright, and my friend's name is Larry. Oh, right. Sorry, pal. Butch was the murderer, right? Detective Gumshoe, I present you the man who killed Miss Mia Fey. What? Take this despicable human being into custody. Farewell, Mr. Wrong. September 8th, 3:37 p.m. Detention Center Visitors Room. I can't believe it's only been a day since the first trial. My trial begins tomorrow. Mr. White's going to set a trap for me, and the prosecution will be on it, of course, Edgeworth included. An attorney was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had an idea. Right? Mr. Wright! Oh, Maya. Great, they let you out of detention. Just now, yes. It's all thanks to you. Huh, now I'm afraid we've switched places. What, you mean you? I explained what had happened to Maya. I don't believe it. How many people does that man need to destroy before he's satisfied? My mother, my sister, and now you. This has gone too far. Mr. Wright, please tell me, is there anything I could do? Well... cheer for me in court. Well, you could cheer for me in court. Cheer for you? You mean like a cheerleader? Huh? Yeah, like that. Alright, leave it to me. Huh? I'd better get a uniform and some pom-poms. Wait. What? I'm kidding. It was a joke. No way. No, really, I was kidding. But thanks. It's good to know you're on my side. And there really isn't anything you could do for me anyway. But I can't just sit here and do nothing. I've got to give that man a piece of my mind. Just a piece. Okay, then come to the court tomorrow. Okay, I'll be there. I'll show them a thing or two. It's the beginning of a new century, yet with crime it's the same old story. In fact, it's gone worse. Lengthy court proceedings are no longer realistic. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on the initial court trial. Almost all finish in a day, most with a guilty verdict. I never thought I would end up in the defendant's chair myself. Tomorrow, the true culprit will appear as a witness. This is it. It's me or him. To be continued, baby. September 9th, 9:52 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby 1. Well, I guess this is it. Yeah. One way or another, this case gets decided today. Ah, Phoenix, look! Prosecutor Edgeworth. I received a call from the public prosecutor's office yesterday. He told me that whatever Mr. Wright says today, it will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. What? Does Wright have the judge in his pocket too? So, you're saying I'm going to be guilty, end of story? I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. Why? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I could hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy. Edgeworth, you've changed. Phoenix, you know him? I don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix, right? Phoenix? Well, court will be opening for session soon. What? But wait! Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. He's not. I'll be defending myself. What? Okay, let's do this. September 9th, 10 a.m. District Court Room 1. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending myself. Understood. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of another witness to the defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify to trial against Miss Maya Fay? I'm ever so sorry. Mr. Wright is a busy man, and besides, at the time, I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor. Great. He gets to show off and I get nowhere. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage? Your name. Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, Do my locutions confuse you? Nay, these two are great together. My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. So he's basically a white kid. I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corp. Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fey? That would be negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder. Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there. Why tell you what you already know? Very well, Mr. White, you may begin your testimony. If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing? Ho ho ho! I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Let him have it, Phoenix. Another witness's account. Let's see, it was about 9, I believe. I was quietly that's reading to you some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look across the building. Turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She too was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave a chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over. If things occurred as you testified, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well. Defendant, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. By window, you mean the one directly across from the bank company office? Correct. That is the only window you see. And you were reading papers. Correct. The Gatewater is a businessman's hotel, and I am a busy man who has business to do. A bedlam? It must have been when you attacked, I assume. We see. Continue. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. She too was surprised, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave a chase. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course, comprende, I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave a chase and struck her down. Are you sure? As you know, I am always absolutely perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. The victim ran to the left. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over. Ran to the left. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. Look at the floor plan. If Mia was running to the left, she'd have nowhere to escape. So yeah, so that is a contradiction. Objection! Wait right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left. but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right. Oh, ho, ho, it is simple. You have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plan. The killer was here, and the victim here. And if the victim ran to the left as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running it into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. True, maybe he really did see the victim run left, so he did witness the killing. Wait a second. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Miss May says right and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? Miss May is right. As Miss May has stated, Mia ran to the right after she was attacked. What is this? I am not fashioning a fabrication. I assure you. That lady ran to the left. I am sure of it. Then there could be only one explanation. And what that is? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes. What do you mean? He was not viewing the crime from the hotel. If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Fay and Company, of course. More specifically, he was standing here. Show the court where Mr. White was standing. This is where he was. Look, the victim ran for the door. If he was watching this from this point, to him it would appear she ran to the left. Please, this is no time for jokes and ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Order! I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion! The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well, let's hear your revised testimony. Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. She ran to the left. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left. And then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor. She ran first to the left. What do you mean first? First, that is what comes before what happens next. And you do speak English, right? Please sit back, relax. I will try to use simple words for your benefit. First, she ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That is what you saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. What do you mean next? Next is what comes after first. I know that. Then what is all you need to know? That's all you need to know, Mr. Lawyer. As I said, she turned and made a desperate dash to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. Stop saying it was me. But it was you. Mr. Wright, if you claim that it was not you, then show us proof. Can I do nothing right? Nothing? May I continue? That's what this is based on. You see, you hit her twice. Look at the autopsy report. Died from a blow by a blunt object. May have lived for a few minutes after being hit. A blow, not a few blows, not 3 blows, but a blow. Mr. White, the victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told us this court you were positively perfect? I will refrain from using that phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, twice. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice. Don't let him get away. Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony, the crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this now, White. Mr. White. Oh, okay. The 2 accounts. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then the next moment, I saw Miss Mia turn to the left. The killer, you attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. Then you did her with a single blow. Slap! Slap indeed. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. Your Honor, my stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fell. You heard that thing fall? What exactly was that thing? Huh? That, the glass light stand? Right, the one that had fallen over at the scene. Phoenix, doesn't that something about that strike you as odd? Yeah, very odd. Yeah, that is very odd. I'll press further. Mr. White. Huh? What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad. The witness will revise his testimony. Okay, of course. The light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. The glass stand was lying on the floor. That's the first I've heard of it. Why didn't you tell us about that stand before? Well, why? Me? Well, I was instructed not to. Wait! One moment! Yeah, give me a minute to gather my thoughts. I am so confused. White's falling apart. Your Honor, please, I ask that you do not allow the witness to be badgered any further. Mr. Wright, please refrain from badgering the witness. Yes, Your Honor. Edgeworth is on the rope. Very well, the witness may continue his account. Then the next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you attacked her, but she dodged. She turned and ran for the door. Then you did her with a single blow. Slap! Slap! That doesn't sound like the savage attack from your earlier testimony. Yes, well, I am a man of peace, you see. Phoenix. He's getting a lot less talkative. He's probably afraid I'll catch on something. But it won't be easy. The murder scene of the Bay and Company law offices. There's no way you could have seen the light stand. Mr. White, it was impossible for you to have seen the glass stand. What? Look at this. These are the floor plans of the scene of the murder, yes? Correct, Your Honor. Now, look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you would be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White, what do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity! Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell. And the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Bay law office. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Mr. White? Mr. White? You did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honor, Miss Mia. Looks like we're about to get our verdict. That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. What? I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White, I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now, What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. The wiretap? Yeah, when I first played through this, I forgot about the wiretap at that point. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corp. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Faye. What does that have to do? Your Honor, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office and by who? No, you wouldn't. Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Faye's office. Am I correct? Correct. You are most correct, Miles. So if he gets off with the wiretap charge, then he's pretty much getting off the hook a little easier than Phoenix being charged with alleged murder. This is so not fair. Give me a break! Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Bay and Company law offices. That is when I saw that cursed light stand. Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made a position quite clear. Anyway, I'm almost out of time for this episode, but I'll be able to finish up this case Next episode. Until next time, to be continued, baby.